entertainment, technology and sports coming into play?
Well, first of all, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being part of this. I think it's a fantastic initiative, Waves. The reason I say it, because my life is a wave. You get a 0, you create waves. You get 100, you create waves. So we've been riding waves right through our lives, right? And I've seen this game evolve. And each one of the players here are part of it. To see where cricket has gone over the last 40, 45 years since I've been involved in the sport. And without these platforms, the game wouldn't have evolved the way it is. In my time, it was radio, it was Doordarshan. Today, the platforms are unbelievable from where to where it's gone. Relationship with brands, it was only ads. It was logos. There was no brand association. There was no social media. There was no podcasts. This is where it's going. And it's only going bigger and bigger. What it does is when you did something on the sporting field where, just to give you a number, 100 million watched, today because of all these platforms that exist, it could be 700 million, 800 million, a billion, and going further. We are a country of 1.5 billion. We are young. 70% of the people are below the age of 30. So sport is something that drives them. And if you think it didn't drive them, it woke them up during COVID. It brought smiles on their faces when India played, wherever they played. Whatever sport, whether it was cricket, football, hockey, whatever. And when you perform, even bigger smiles. Even when you were in lockdown or quarantine or whatever. But why could they see it? Because of the platforms that exist. And today, the way it's going, it's simply fantastic. I mean, you mentioned Audi. The brand association I have with them goes back 40 years to date. Started 10th of March, 1985. It's still there today. It's not just because you drove a car around the MCG. It's what's beyond that. Where that car is and where today's Audi sits, how it's evolved with technology, how it's evolved with the times, how it's evolved with competition. So my job is storytelling, reliving the past. At the same time, keeping an eye on the future as to where, the car is moving as compared to other automobiles going, in the world and the competition they face. So it's fantastic. And the game itself, what technology has done for the sport is unbelievable. I mean, today a player can go back and watch himself 100 times. There'll be enough replays showing what he's done right, what he's done wrong. There's technology there to go even more into detail, to tell you more about your opponent, to tell you more about yourself, to tell you more about your strengths, your weaknesses, to then take on opposition wherever it exists and kill them. India has won a lot of tournaments in the last 40 years, since we first won it in 1983. We made people dream, and there's Dream 11 here. Dream said go, they are also there. So you make people dream, you make people evolve, but you need the support. And it's like you had pads in your kit bag, you had a cricket bat in your kit bag. Media is part of the kit bag. Media and technology is like a helmet in your cricket bag. You jolly well embrace it. Get to know what it does. Get to know how it enhances you and builds you up. You get all these million fans wanting your autographs, your photographs, getting you into advertisements. Why? Because one game of yours, you get 100, is seen by that many number of people. So you jolly well embrace technology, AI, that's coming into play now, big time. And it's your benefit. It's for your benefit, it's for the team's benefit, and it's for the growth of the game at the end of it all.